You're watching The Ugly Inside? Subscribe below.
The clocks have gone back and the games are coming thick and fast, and after that 2-0 home defeat, it's brought us a little bit back down to earth after their defeat against Chelsea on Sunday. So we've got to dust ourselves down and now look ahead to Thursday night's game against Inter Milan at home in matchday 4 of the Europa League. So joining me to help me preview Thursday night's game, I'm joined by Luke from readsouthampton.com. Nice to see you again, mate. How you doing?
Very good, thank you. You?
Not too bad, mate. I'm looking forward to Thursday.
Yeah, same here.
So, how are we feeling going into Thursday then? Chelsea, like I said, it sort of brought us back down to earth. But, 5 games unbeaten in the Prem, and perhaps even the week before the defeat at the San Siro.
Yeah, exactly. I think, as you said, it was a reality check for us. And at the end of the day, I think we were just beaten by far the better side on the day. However, we really should have beaten Inter Milan when we went to play them. And I really do fancy our chances on Thursday. I think that we'll bounce back.
I absolutely agree. I think they are there for the taking. And from the reports that I read, they're pretty much a club that's in a bit of a crisis at the moment.
Yeah, I'll go with that. They've just lost to Sampdoria 1-0, so that's another loss for Frank de Boer in charge. And I've got a feeling this game against Saints could very well be the make or break for him. If he loses, I reckon he could be off. So the pressure's on. It's a big game for both sides. They're a club in turmoil at the moment, and for such a prestigious, massive club amongst the Europe's elite, it really is crazy to see Inter Milan in this state. But, we could take advantage of that, and I'm quite confident that we will.
Absolutely, and the irony is that Frank de Boer was obviously linked with us back in the summer.
Yeah, exactly. Well, once again, our board have made a very good decision with Claude.
So obviously looking towards Thursday's game, what we got to do differently to make sure we take the 3 points this time round?
I think, very simply, take our chances. That's been the issue all season. We've got the worst conversion rate in the league, and it's no surprise at all. Honestly, though, that's all it is. We just need to take our chances when they fall to us, and I think that what could be quite crucial is an early lead. I think that if we manage to score within the first 15-20 minutes, I've got a feeling it could be a really, really good evening for us.
Oh, you're absolutely right, and I think the atmosphere is going to be absolutely rocking on Thursday night. It's a sellout. I think Inter Milan are bringing over quite a few fans, so the atmosphere is going to be electric.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was missing against Chelsea. I felt that there wasn't really anything. Chelsea fans outsung us all game, and perhaps that rubbed off on the team. But Inter Milan, it's going to be the biggest game we've had at St Mary's in a long time. So, it's a sellout, as you said. The place should be rocking, and I'm really excited for it. It should be good.
Me too. And, if we are to win, the group will still be competitive. And like you said earlier, that could be the final tip, the final tip for Frank de Boer, but also gives us a massive chance of qualifying into the knockout stages.
It certainly does. I think that this game is the 6-pointer in the group. It's going to be the difference between... I don't want to say it too early, because after this there will be 2 games left, and we are only at the halfway stage, but for me, regardless of Inter Milan's recent misfortune, I still think that they're probably the best team in the group. When you look at it on paper, I'd say that their squad, they've got so much talent there. So I think that it is going to be it's a massive game for us. But as I said, I feel confident heading into it, and I think that if we do win this game, we're going to win that group.
Big shout. I like that too. But we've come to realise in the last few weeks, over the last 10 weeks, if you like, since the start of the season, that rotation comes around every cup match. Do you think it'll be much the same on Thursday? And which players from Sunday's game do you think will be rested?
I think that although changes will have to be made, that's inevitable. I can't really see it being wholesale changes. I think that the midfield's going to get a bit of swapping around. I can see Prowse and Højbjerg coming in for Clasie and Davis. And the latter two were absolutely abysmal. On Sunday against Chelsea, they were useless. Probably Yoshida will come in, but I've got no problem with that because he's been very good this season, in fact. I'm not sure whether McQueen will come in for Bertrand because it's a bit of a difficult one with his fitness. I think that Puel might actually be tempted to play Bertrand against Inter Milan and then use McQueen against Hull. I think he might be a bit more comfortable with that. Up front, if J-Rod's fit, I expect him to start, get him some more game time. But the one man that I do think will start is Sofiane Boufal. I think he will start, and it's a massive game for him. And it might be a bit more of a familiar contest for him. I think that against Chelsea, he looked a little bit out of place. He looked a bit out of sorts, but he's adjusting, and it's only normal. He's clearly got the natural talent and ability to hurt teams, and I think that it's a really big game for him against Inter Milan, and I fancy him to have a blinder.
I think you're absolutely right. I'd agree with that as well. I've gone on my Saints shirt prediction. I've gone Boufal for first goal scorer. But to wrap things up, let's have a score prediction then. What do you think?
3-1 Saints. I'm going to go for. I'm going to say that Boufal is going to get 2 goals, and I'm going to say that Højbjerg is going to score Icardi for them.
Oh, I like that a lot. Put your money on, guys. Let us know in the comments below your score predictions for Inter Milan. Like Luke said, the biggest game at St Mary's in a long, long time. And Luke, thanks for joining me once again. And if you guys at home want to read more of Luke's articles, head over to readsouthampton.com. Thanks for joining me, mate.
Thank you. Cheers.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.